Yo! What's good, everybody? It's your boy, Eternal Genin. I'm back with a new series. Today I'm going to be doing What If Sakura Was Useful? Bro, I've wanted to do this series for so long. Like, every time I see this series, I'm so interested because personally, I think Sakura could have been way more better in the show. I'm not saying she's actually, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. We all know Sakura's trash, but that because she's trash, she has so much potential to be able to be a strong character, you know. And this is what this What If is for. So, without further ado, let's get started. So this What If is gonna start when Sakura is 10 years old, and at this point she's been simping for Sasuke for about 2 years, and her main competition is Ino. One day after Ino was called home early, Sakura is able to have the opportunity to walk home with Sasuke by herself, which never happened because all the girls were around her, but now Sakura has him all to himself. Sakura is walking with Sasuke, asking him dumb questions, saying, "Will we get married in the future?" Man, kind of annoying Sasuke. And Sasuke at this point is in one of the worst moods ever. He's like, "I swear to God, Sakura, shut the up and go away. You're so useless. You're one of the weakest in the class. Why would I ever marry someone as useless, and stupid as you, Sakura? Get out of my face." And he walks off. And at this point, Sakura is crying because, you know, Sasuke's never insulted her in that way. He did call her, like, annoying sometimes, but never fully insulted her. So Sakura go home running and crying back to her parents' house. And the parents ask, "Sakura, what happened? Are you okay?" She'll say, "Leave me alone." Like, you know, every white girl. No. But anyways, she would be in her bed crying with the sheets over her head, thinking to herself, "Sasuke's right. I am weak. Even though I'm still in the academy, I still kind of suck with my kunai throwing and everything. Sasuke's so good at everything. He's the number one in our class. And Ino, it's hard to admit it, but she's even better than me." And she starts crying and etc. Until she finally decides, you know what? I'm gonna become strong enough that Sasuke would call me his wife. No, strong enough that maybe I could stand by his side. And now she's getting inspired, and now she has different goals in her mind. So during these 2 years, Sakura does not improve as dramatically as other people do. But during these 2 years, she actually learns the clone jutsu early, trying to impress Sasuke at the graduation. And she actually learns how to tree walk and water walk. So at that's very impressive for Sakura right there. In those 2 years. But she keeps that under wraps, trying to surprise Sasuke, hoping she gets on the same team as him. So the final exam comes around, and Sakura is able to make more than 3 clones, and everyone in the room was impressed. And Uruka would congratulate Sakura for graduating. And everyone would be celebrating outside of school, just as per usual, with Sakura look at Naruto, and she would feel bad for a second, but then get distracted, and she would forget all about it. So, all of the events with Naruto would go all exactly the same. Naruto steals the scroll, tricked by the guy, and etc. He passes, all that goes the same. So now everyone's in class and waiting for their teachers, senseis, and all that goes the same. No need to change any of that. So I'm going to skip to the part when they're on the rooftop. Kakashi asked them to all introduce himself. Kakashi would point to Sakura to start first. Sakura in this point of time would actually have proper goals, unlike before. She would say, "My likes are Sasuke and training. My dislikes are Naruto and not being strong. And my hopes and futures are Sasuke, but to be the strongest ninja in the whole village. Not Kunoichi, but ninja. And Kakashi would be like, oh, very ambitious. Okay, you want to be strongest village period, strongest ninja period. Okay. What about you, Naruto? And etc. All that would go the same. Kakashi would not care at all for their goals and etc. and disappear. With Sakura hearing Sasuke's goals and her being a little concerned. So just like the anime, they all meet up for their exam, and Sakura, Naruto, and Sasuke are left waiting for hours until Kakashi arrives. He starts to explain the exam and he shouts, "Go!" Both Sasuke and Sakura both go into the trees, and as in canon, Naruto tries to fight Kakashi. And Sakura this time is observing the fight and actually is pissed off that Naruto's doing this. But instead of letting her anger get to her, she decides to analyze the fight to see how Kakashi is. She theorizes that Kakashi, as per usual, is not taking this seriously completely, and he's stuck to that book. She theorizes that must be one of his favorite books because she saw him with the book when he entered the classroom to fetch them, and she saw him reading the book while walking around the village. So she said he's really stuck to that book. So Sakura is thinking she might have a plan. But as she says that, Naruto gets 1,000 years of death to him, and that goes all the same. So Sakura tries to test the waters and goes to attack Kakashi. She throws a kunai at him, and Kakashi easily catches it and throws it back at her. And Sakura, she dodges it, but as she dodges it, Kakashi puts her in a genjutsu. Sakura, the genjutsu with Sasuke in needles and etc. And her, before she'd been like traumatized and etc. Like, oh no, Sasuke. But Sakura, she has a different mindset. All right, what she's thinking right now, her mindset is 75% training and let's say 25% Sasuke. So unlike 100% Sasuke before, so she's able to actually get off the genjutsu, with Kakashi being impressed, seeing that she might have a big affinity for it, and maybe she could be the strongest ninja. But as he says that, Sasuke comes around trying to fight him as per usual, trying to get the belt, but Kakashi knocks him away. So they all go into the bushes, and Sakura is actually able to find Naruto, and she says, "Naruto, come with me." And Naruto's like, "Don't worry, Sakura, I'll defeat Kakashi." And she's like, "Shut up, Naruto, come with me, we need to think of a plan." And Naruto is like, "Shut, Sakura, I don't need a plan." And she hits him on the head saying, "Come on," and dragging him. So they find Sasuke, and Sasuke's like, "What the hell are you doing here?" And Sakura's like, "Hey Sasuke, I think we should all work together." Sasuke's like, "Why would I work with you? You're all useless." And Sakura's like, "Yes, I know we're all useless, but just hear me out, alright? I really think we should work together and come up with a plan." And Sasuke's like, "Fine. What's your plan, Sakura?" Sakura's like, I kind of have to format a little down, but can I just ask, what jutsus do you guys have? And she asks Naruto, and Naruto's like, "Oh, jutsus? I can do the Shadow Clone Jutsu. One time I summoned about over 100 Shadow Clones to defeat this ninja that tried to steal the scrolls of sealing." And Sakura's like, "Wait, what?" And Naruto's like, "Yeah, that's pretty much all the jutsus I can do." With her saying, "Of course. Sasuke?" And Sasuke's like, "I can do fireball jutsu, and I'm very proficient with shuriken throwing." And Sakura's like, "Okay, and you guys have some impressive abilities." And he's like, "What's your plan?" And Sakura's like, "Okay, the only thing I can really do right now is the clone jutsu, and I can walk on water. My chakra control is significantly improved throughout the years. And they're both like, "Well, we can water walk?" And she's like, "Yeah, it took quite a bit of time, but I got the hang of it." And they're all impressed. But Sakura comes up with a plan. So Kakashi's sitting on the ground saying, "Oh, where are these kids?" And he shouts, "Come on out, guys, we don't have all day." And as he says that, 100 shadow clones of Naruto come running out, going, "Oh, here we are, Kakashi Sensei." And Kakashi Sensei is like, "Oh, okay." And he kind of welcomes the challenge. So all the clones are coming at Naruto and etc. Now coming to Kakashi. Naruto's trying to throw punches, but Kakashi completely knocks him away with one punch, kind of moving Kakashi towards the water. And Kakashi's just kind of laughing. It's like, alright, I guess. And as he's doing that, dodging Naruto's clones and dismissing them, suddenly out of the bunch of clones, Sasuke comes up and goes, "Fireball Jutsu!" Shoots a fireball at Kakashi, and Kakashi's like, "Huh, quite smart." But he jumps away and onto the water, starts water walking, and says, "Well, but you guys at this point in time can't water walk, so." And they're both Naruto and Sasuke smile and says, "Is that so?" And that's Sakura running on water, gets behind Kakashi, tries to grab the bells, and Kakashi's like, "Oh, great plan." But he grabs her arm, says, "But not good enough." And Sakura's like, "Is that so?" And then behind her back, she has Kakashi's book. And Kakashi's like, oh, what are you doing with that?" And Sakura's like, "If you don't give me the bells, I'll drop your book inside of the water. How about that?" And Kakashi's like, "Oh, you brat. Alright then, here's the bells." And he gives the bells to Sakura. And they surprisingly win. For Kakashi being embarrassed that they figured out one of Kakashi's biggest weaknesses is his book. Make out tactics. We all know what's in there. We all know what's in there. You know what I'm saying? Don't act like you have never searched that up. What Kakashi's reading every single day. Come on, man. I know you guys are down bad. Nah, I bet after this you're like, "Oh, Eternal Gennin's right. Shit, let me go to my website, search up, or you go in the H anime and be like, "Oh, I love that troll video." No, that really. Oh, I went on a tangent. But anyways, so Kakashi passes all of them and not really tying any of them to the pole because they all demonstrated teamwork. Even if Naruto and Sasuke done more of the attacking, Sakura came up with the strategy and brought them together and was the one that actually took the bells. So Kakashi's actually very impressed with this team. Like the level of teamwork they have, it's way better than he did with his team. So Kakashi is actually hopeful for the future, and he's actually a little bit excited to be the sensei. How would that affect the story? So now they start doing the month of D rank missions, and during this month Sakura is training. She's not stopping. She's trying to get to that goal. She actually discovers what her chakra nature is, asking Kakashi, "How do I learn jutsus?" And he's like, "First you need to know your chakra nature, and then you go from there." And he gives her the paper and tells her to, put her chakra through it. And Sakura's chakra control is above average, so I'm quite sure she's able to do this. So they quickly find out her chakra nature is Earth, and Kakashi's like, "Oh, okay. Here's a Earth style jutsu you should do, and I think you should read up on this lady. I think you really like her." And he gives Sakura a book, and Kakashi walks away, just kind of curious where this might lead, seeing as Sakura's actually determined to become one of the strongest ninjas. So Sakura is given the book, and the book is actually just called Legendary Sanin Lady Tsunade. The strength of 1,000 men could destroy mountains with one punch. Her chakra control is absolutely superior, and she's a miracle medical ninja. She is undoubtedly one of the best ninjas of her generation. And Sakura reading this all about Rei Tsunade is absolutely inspired, seeing that's who Sakura wants to be. Someone so strong as her, someone that was able to create a name for herself. And now Sakura's new goal is to become stronger than Lady Tsunade herself. But she's actually inspired by Lady Tsunade. So Sakura during this month actually learned the mud wall jutsu, nothing too special. And she's actually able to do enhanced punches, not to the same extent as she could before. I would say she's slightly worse than how Sarada is in the Boruto anime. Let's say that. So it's decent, but nothing too advanced. Let's say it's an enhanced punch. So let's say it takes her punch to, I don't know, an adult male with no enhanced shock, or just normal male strength. So that's her strength. Nothing too special, but significant, So yeah, Sakura's putting in the work, and she's getting results earlier, and already she's basically caught up with Naruto and Sasuke at this point in time. But don't worry, she might be left in the dust. We don't know. But anyways, so after that 1 month is done, Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura all walk into Hokage's office, and Sakura asks don't you guys think we should get harder missions? These D ranks are cool, but I don't know if I want to keep doing them all the time. And Naruto's the first one to agree. He's like, yeah, Sakura, I want a good mission. I want to test myself. I'm Naruto Uzumaki, the next Hokage. I don't need these D rank missions. And Sasuke is like, shut up, Naruto. And then he does the internal monologue agreeing with Sakura. So they all head into the office with all the same thoughts to have a harder mission. So they go in, and basically almost everything goes the same. They're all asked if they get a C rank mission, and what's his face? Hiruzen has been observing Sakura all this time, and he's quite impressed with her putting in the work before a ninja even should, like normally does. Is impressive. She's showing great improvement and great potential. So he thinks this is great for Sakura and Naruto to actually be able to have ninja experience, and Sasuke, he's already at that level, so he's starting to think this is actually a great idea to send him on a C rank mission. So that's where I'm gonna leave off today. I hope you guys enjoyed. It's been Eternal Genin, and I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll look for part 2. I'm probably gonna do it anyways, maybe whenever I feel like it. So see ya.